Yo, 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 welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. And before we get to our guest today, we have a big shout out for Living Sisu. Living Sisu is a platform and app that wants to give you all the tools to have success in your sport. Their main objective is to activate your lifestyle. So it's for active people. Enjoy discounts at companies like BioSteel, 30% off, Body Logics, the Goalie Guild, all his books are discounted. Roan, Lululemon for men, 20% off, online stretching programs with Eccentrics, 1 full month free. They got super silent massage guns, 20% off those. And it's a great quality. It's way less expensive than a Theragun, and it's great quality. So there's so many more discounts that you guys will need to just become a member to see. So they want to provide you with anything you need for success. So come join the community. I'm a part of it. A bunch of other athletes are a part of it. So it's free to join. It takes 20 seconds to get exclusive offers to your sport, and it's definitely worth it. So do us a huge favor and go sign up for Living Sisu's membership. It's free, takes 20 seconds. So go do it, and we'll see you there. Living Sisu is a great company. We know one of the co-founders, Zach Fricali. He's a great guy. He's the co-founder. He does a lot of live streams on Instagram at Living Sisu, and with a bunch of elite athletes, and you learn a lot from like the athletes' determination, their resiliency, everything to what made them become successful. So it's been a great experience so far. So go on. I'm gonna leave the link in the description. So go sign up. Yo, welcome back to another episode of On the Spot Sports. I'm Jack, and in today's episode, we are joined by a very special guest, current professional hockey player, Jay Croop. Jay is currently a player and assistant coach for the Columbus River Dragons of the Federal Hockey League. Jay is currently in his 6th year pro playing in the Federal Hockey League. Jay played junior hockey in the Metropolitan Junior Hockey League and in the Greater Metro Junior A Hockey League, GMHL, before playing his college hockey days for Monroe Community College in the NJC and a year for Wilson State College before turning pro. So welcome to the show, Jay Croop.
Thanks for having me, Jack.
Yeah, no problem. It's gonna be a fun one. But to start things off, like, how are you? Like, you're in the middle of a season right now. So how's things over there in Columbus?
Everything's going well. We got 2 weeks left, 6 games. We are currently in second place. That's the last, but we hold the last playoff spot. We have a huge 3-3 against Carolina starting Friday. They're chasing us right now, so pretty much do or die weekend for us. Yeah, but everything's going well. Starting to warm up down here. It's about 75, 80 degrees every day. So, after practice, guys are just kind of hanging out, enjoying the weather and, golfing and, kind of just, staying busy during the day. So you're not, in the house all day.
Oh yeah, boys are probably buzzing right now with all the warm weather we're getting here.
Oh yeah, they love it. Boys are buzzing for sure.
Oh yeah, and it's a big weekend for you guys with 3-3 coming up. So 3 big points on the board, especially with Carolina trailing you guys. Like, how are you guys going into the season or this weekend mentally?
So mentally, I mean, we kind of are aware that this weekend is basically going to determine who gets that last playoff spot. It's playoff hockey mentality. Everything's sharp in practice. Everything's 100%. It's about 45 at this time of the year. It's about a 45, 50-minute practice of hard work and high intensity. Get your reps in and get out. And it's that time of the year where, every shift matters. Every hit, block shot, everything matters right now at this point of the season. But I think for a lot of guys, as myself is included, this is where, you really, really start loving the game and your teammates. And, you're ready just to kind of go to war with the guys you've been with all year. And it's a really exciting time for sure.
Yeah, so it's favorite part of any hockey season is when you get close to the playoffs and things start getting more intense, starts being more of a grind, even though it's already a grind, but even more of a grind. You just got to grit it out and just that's you live for that stuff in hockey, and just being the high intensity and just everyone going to war for each other every day from this point on.
Oh yeah, no, definitely. It's definitely the best time of the year, hands down.
Oh yeah, and it's fun when you get in the playoffs too, and just everything even heats up even more, and it's just
Yeah, yeah.
it's unreal.
No, definitely. So we're super excited down here, and we have a pretty good team, and I think we have a good chance. I think we kind of control our own destiny. So it's up to us if we want to go and get it.
Yeah, so like besides like you guys being in second place, like how's the season been overall? Like it's your second year in existence. So for the Columbus
Yeah.
River Dragons, like what's the organization like, and just how it's growing in the fan base?
So obviously with COVID, it's been a little different. But before COVID hit, we were really hitting kind of hitting our peak, and that we were playing in front of, after SEC football, we were playing in front of 4,500 a night. It was just getting buzzing around the city. People love it down here. I definitely think this is a hockey city in Columbus. And as far as team, we had a good year last year. We started getting hot at the right time, and then obviously COVID ended it. And as far as this year, our ownership is really good, and taking care of the guys and treating it like a really professional hockey team. And so the word got out, and guys want to be here, and especially with the SP losing half their league and coast teams losing some of their teams. Obviously, there weren't a lot of jobs out there, and there was a lot of players without jobs. So, we did our best recruiting and getting the guys I think that can win a cup here. And like I said earlier, we're a couple games over 500. We're not really where we want to be as far as that, but we're in a situation to make playoffs and go on a cup run. So, for a second year team to be in second place and chance to win a championship is good.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just like how the organization's grown even throughout COVID and all that, and just like what's the restrictions like down in Columbus, especially
So,
like everything's like starting to open up a little bit.
yeah. So, as of right now, we take temperatures every day. We have to wear masks in and out of the rink. We can only have 1,500 fans. We seat 7,000 for hockey. But the rumor is going around right now that they might be lifting the mask rule in the Civic Center starting this weekend. It's not confirmed yet. That's just kind of rumors around town, and that they might bump the capacity up. So it's heading in the right direction. I was getting really worried for a while for all of minor league sports, not just hockey. With this COVID, it really took its toll on teams, and I'm happy to start seeing things slowly head back to normal.
Yeah, that's at least good that everything's starting to go up a little bit and just somewhat normalcy. It's like, you guys said you said you only have like 1,500 fans in the building, but like it seems like from watching the games, like it's the intensity is still there, and like the atmosphere in the arena's buzzing. It's like what's it like on the
Absolutely.
ice?
It's definitely, I mean, we have really good fans. They're really diehard. They love the River Dragons, and then we love them, and they're into it. And 1,500 sounds like 7,000. And weekends ago, we came back. We were down 2 goals against Elmira with couple minutes left, pulled the goalie. We came back and won in overtime, and I thought the roof was going to blow off that place for 1,500.
Yeah, that's sick. And just I remember seeing that game, and that was an intense game as well. It's just
Very,
with
very.
everything, with like playoff intentions and all that, and just
Yep.
that you could see the intensity keeps growing and growing every game.
Yeah, no, definitely, for sure. It's that time of year.
Oh yeah, definitely. It's like, how cool has it been seeing like the city of Columbus grow each and every year, especially since like Georgia wasn't really known for a hockey team, having a hockey team before the Atlanta Thrashers and the Columbus Cottonmouths. It's like since then, like everything's been booming. It's like how cool is it just seeing all that happen?
Oh, it's awesome. I mean, I've been here from day one, and there was a buzz around town about a team coming back, and then we came back, and the seats started filling up more and more and more, and now it was going around town before the season started. It was always I can't wait for you guys to start. When are you guys starting? And it's a really good hockey town. I think it really is. The community supports it, and guys want to be here because of it. It's fun going out every night at home and playing in front of 3, 4, 5,000 fans, and to play in front of that type of fans that are into the game is even better. So yeah, it's awesome how the growth here, and I think it's only going to get better for sure. So I'm excited to see what the future holds here in Columbus.
Yeah, that's unreal. It's gonna keep growing and growing, I think. So, like over the past 2 years that they've been in existence, you've been a player and an assistant coach. Like, how does that work? Because it's rare that like in like any league that you're a player and an assistant coach. Like, how does that work? And like, what's your role as an assistant coach on the team?
So my role, as far as assistant coach, it's really tricky because I'm playing still. And so I don't, as far as lines and cutting and bringing guys in during the season, I stay away from that. I'm more of a player during the season than anything. The coaching side is more the off season, recruiting guys in the off season, going to scout players, all that good stuff is kind of where I tie into the assistant coach. And, I'll give our head coach some opinions on what I think on systems and all that. But yeah, as far as, bringing guys in, cutting guys, lines, I stay away from that. I think it's, the best way to handle it right now while I'm playing. So that's kind of how I do play and coach right now.
Yeah, that's awesome. Does it get hard during the off season as an assistant coach, or are you just like really busy and just with like scouting and all that?
Yeah. It's just more, time consuming. It's, a lot of phone calls, a lot of texts, emails, setting up camps, going to see certain players play. A lot of, time, but it's good. I enjoy it. I love it.
Yeah, that's awesome. Just like then being a player during the season, like you're still a player and like you have like your opinions, like you said earlier, and just but you're still like a player first in the season. Like you just enjoy the game and just enjoy playing as long as you can.
Oh yeah, absolutely.
Yeah, it's like what's been some of your favorite like memories in Columbus so far?
Uh, in Columbus, definitely, I would say had a couple shootout winners, two last year and at home here. Those were good memories. Obviously, the home opener, our first game back with hockey back in Columbus was a great experience, and actually got the first franchise goal on the road in Delaware. That was a pretty good memory, and that's kind of it because our first year COVID hit, so we didn't get to go on a playoff run. I'm excited to see if we get to play our first playoff game here in Columbus.
Yeah, those are some awesome memories. Like just tell us like what it was like playing that first home opener and since Columbus came back to playing hockey in Columbus, like just like the atmosphere and like everything around it, and like especially since you said earlier, like it was you guys were getting a buzz even before the season starts. Like how much did that all mean to you, especially playing in your second year in Columbus?
It was awesome. I mean, it was definitely a buzz around town that first week of the home game. We kind of I wasn't expecting to show out that game. I thought it was going to take a while to gradually get there, and no, it was packed the first night, and we ended up winning. We ended up winning in a shootout actually, and so it ended up working out, and it was good. It was packed. It was loud. There was a couple fights, and they got to see overtime and a shootout. So I don't think you could ask, and a win. So I don't think you could ask for a better home opener.
Yeah, exactly. And nothing. No, I don't think you can get any better than that. You saw a little bit of everything there. It's just
No, definitely. Yeah.
unreal.
Yeah. So, and we were losing. So we came back and tied it. And then, so that
Even
even
better.
makes it kind of better,
Yeah, exactly. And that's just unreal there. And it's awesome to see like how you've experienced like the growth since last year, since the start, and just how it is now it's pretty incredible.
Yeah, no, it's awesome, man. I'm grateful to be here and be a part of this organization, and couldn't ask for better last year and a half.
Yeah, exactly. So I want to get to like your junior career, junior hockey days a little bit here. So like first of all, can you give us like a little background on like when you started playing hockey, why you started, like what like was your moment where you're like, I want to be a hockey player?
So I started playing when I was really young. My dad's always been around it. He was equipment manager for the Sharks and Devils. And then he was GM in a bunch of United Hockey League teams. So when I was really young, I was always around it. And really, as far as I can remember, I was always playing in the driveway, even alone, and just kind of always pictured myself playing pro, and just kind of stuck to my guns, and just kept believing that. And I mean, I didn't think it was going to happen probably realistically, but I just always thought it. And, so I would say I started probably around, 2 or 3, and, played youth hockey up in Wisconsin where I grew up, played high school there. And then, I played juniors, and played out in Richmond on some good teams, and, played in Portland, Maine. And then I went to school, went to MCC, and they were in a situation where their program was shutting down. So at that time, I was a freshman, and they kind of said, hey, if you want to go, you can go, and you won't lose a year of eligibility. So I decided to pack up, and that's when I went and played in that GMHL league. Went there, and ended up getting hurt a couple weeks for playoffs. Went home, and then went to Williston State. Played my full year of college there. Went to national championship game. Lost by goal. It was a great experience. I'm happy we made it. And then after that, I was 22, and I was like, if I'm going to take a shot at pro, it's going to be this year. And then that was it. And, the first 4 years of pro, I bounced around, and, it was tough and challenging, but, I just kept sticking with it, and, working at it and working out and training extremely hard. And finally, got a chance down in North Carolina and Winston-Salem, and, made the team, and played the whole season there. And then about 2 weeks before playoffs, which would have been my first ever pro playoff game, I tore my ACL. So, stuck around with the boys, was behind the bench with our head coach, Andre, and he's still the head coach over there in Carolina. So came back the second year, and we kind of knew we had a group, and we ended up winning the championship. We actually are the most winningest pro hockey team to ever play. We were 3 games away from the all-time win records in a row. We won 25 in a row.
Wow.
Yeah. So, but that group of guys was incredible, and we all had one thing in mind, and that was to win, and we all stuck to that plan. And props to Andre. He made that team a great team, and we all bought into the system, and it worked out. And that was probably my favorite year of hockey. And it's funny because now they're our rival, and but they'll always have a spot in my heart, because you did something that not a lot of people can do in hockey, and to absolutely dominate the whole year was, it was incredible. And then I got traded here in the off season after the championship, and started here.
Yeah, that's one crazy journey, but it's the grind and the getting the opportunities whenever you can, just wherever, and just rolling within. Like that's obviously what you've done. So you played 3 years playing in junior hockey in the Metropolitan Junior Hockey League in the Greater Metro. So like, what was the process like to find a team in the Metropolitan with the Portland Junior Pirates and give yourself the best opportunity?
Yeah, with junior hockey, I mean, there's a lot of good teams out there. If you're a hard worker and a good person and a good teammate, you're gonna get some chances in juniors. And it's really just all about where you think you're gonna develop the most. You have the best chance to get better, and you have the best chance to move up. And for me, I thought it was Richmond and Portland, and and also, you got to have somebody in those organizations that are going to help you move to a school. But yeah, I mean, that's the biggest thing I would look at for juniors is, who moves guys up, and where am I going to go where I can put in work, and juniors is how you take it. Either you're going to go there and kind of party or whatever and not take hockey seriously, then you're probably not going to move up. But if you go there with the intentions to get better, juniors, they give you all the tools. They give you, you practice every day. You're playing a lot of games. You got, most places have a weight room, and so it's just really how about like how you take it. If you want to take it the partying route and enjoy it or whatever, or if you want to put your time in and work in and try and move up. For me, it was I wanted to work and I wanted to move up, and that's what I did.
Yeah, that's awesome there because, like you said, like you could either go those two routes, and a lot of I know some people that went like the party round, they just party around, but like I'd rather be the one that be putting the work and getting up, moving up the ranks, and just proving to yourself that you can play better and be playing better competition levels and just being able to do that. It's like, what was that adjustment period like going from to get used to the junior hockey lifestyle and just being able to grind all day and get
Yeah,
better?
I think the biggest adjustment was just kind of you're away from your family, so you don't have your parents telling you, hey, you need to go to bed, or you need to make your own food, or whatever. It's a wake up call. I mean, it's no one's telling you, hey, you got practice at 8:30, so are you up at 7:30? You don't have that luxury. You have your teammates, and that helps. But as far as that adjusting to it, it's a pretty big adjustment for guys moving away from home. I mean, you got to be, you can't be late. You sometimes you got to make your own food and take care of your body without your parents there telling you that you have to do that stuff. So I would say that was the biggest adjustment for sure.
Yeah, for sure. And just like, did you face like any struggles during that first year of getting just trying to get used to everything and just being away from your family?
Yeah. I mean, yeah, you get. I think a lot of junior hockey players, they get that homesick. They get there, and first month's awesome because it's new. Second month, it's still fun, and then that mid season grind where practices are getting long. You might be in a drought or whatever, and it's like, man, I miss home, and it's like I think guys get tested on that for sure. And the good thing is I've always been on teams with great teammates, and other guys know that and recognize that, and the older guys on the team are there for you, they're rookies and stuff, and kind of like, hey man, like just get over this hump, like stay here, don't give up, keep going. So
Yeah, that's awesome there, and especially with the teammates and just like that support system, because like throughout like the struggles of just being away from family, like you'll have your teammates there to support you and everything, and just they'll be there for the tough times. So when it comes to that stuff, and just try to like make you play your best and be the best person that you can be, is especially like outside of hockey, just be
definitely.
there for each other.
Yep, absolutely, it's a brotherhood.
Oh yeah, absolutely. So like during first year in juniors, you racked up 38 points in 19 games. Like, what was that year in Portland for you, and just like from the hockey point of view?
Oh, hockey point of view, it was awesome. I mean, it was one of those years where I got on a line and we just clicked. My centerman was Brady Flarent. He's actually he's up in Knoxville for the Ice Bears. He was in the coast with the Atlanta Gladiators. You know, it was really easy playing with him. I mean, he played at UNE. Yeah, and you know, coast SP guy, and you know, he made things a lot easier for me. I just had to get open, and it was going to get on my tape. And then we had another guy, Anthony Figlioli, who played some Division III hockey, and you know, it was one of those years where everything was clicking, and you know, and our line was just on fire, and we knew where everyone was at on the ice without looking, and we tore it up. And so I give a lot of credit to my line mates. It was a blast playing there. I loved playing in Portland, and we made a good little run at the end and just fell short, but it was awesome.
Yeah, you love when you get online, your chemistry is there right away, and you're scoring, producing,
Just
like
buzzing.
absolutely,
Everything's
absolutely
working
buzzing.
out. Even
Exactly.
if you make a bad play, you get a hockey bounce and it's going in. You know,
Yeah.
it's like was one of those lines, and it was awesome.
Yeah, exactly. Exactly. It's like throughout like that season, like what kept you motivated? Was it just like the chemistry you guys had to like keep working every day?
Yeah. We were kind of, when I joined the team midway through the season, they were kind of like a wild card team. And then I got there, and you know, the lines changed, and it just started clicking, and we started winning. And you know, I think when I got there, it was almost playoff hockey from the get-go, because we were just on the outside looking in, and we turned it on. And you know, that was kind of the motivator. If you want to keep playing hockey or you want to go back home, you know.
Yeah.
And for us in that locker room, we wanted to keep playing hockey, so that was definitely the motivator.
Yeah, that's awesome. You just gotta keep with it until you don't want to. Just keep grinding away, keep playing the game you love, and just keep moving up the ranks.
For sure.
Yeah, so then you get moved to Richmond, to the Generals. Like, what were your first thoughts when you got to Richmond, and like, did it like motivate you to keep producing even though you got moved to Richmond, just going up the levels?
Yeah, no. Thing with Richmond was, you know, they were building a stronger, older team to try and win a championship. And, you know, at that point in my life, I hadn't won a championship, and, you know, liked everything that they were doing there in Richmond, and wanted to be a part of it. And you know, we did really well that year. We won the league. We came a game away from nationals. But yeah, I mean, what drew me there was just kind of the group of guys they brought in that year. And we were older, and we were a tight knit group, so it was awesome.
Yeah, so like did that like older group like help you guys become so successful that season? Just like really help your development as long as everyone else's development?
Yeah, definitely. I mean, it was kind of guys that were already committed to college, and maybe a few guys that weren't, and then a handful of really young kids. And we were kind of molding them for the next year as well. And those guys were awesome too, the young guys. And it was a good mixture. It was a lot of older veteran guys that bought in, and a handful of really young kids that bought in. And it was a really good group to be around.
Oh yeah, absolutely. You love when that happens, and like everything's clicking there, and like you have the leadership, the younger guys are buying in, like you got everything going for you at that point.
That's right.
So then you go into the Greater Metro Junior Hockey League for the Shelburne Red Wings for a short trip, and then get 7 games with the Bradford Bulls. Like, what was that year like for you, and going over to play to play community college?
Yeah, that was a tough year, because I went to community college first, because obviously I aged out in the U.S. I was 21.
Yeah.
And that's, you know, they broke the news about the team folding, and you know, I didn't want to pay dues that weren't really there to be paid, right? Because I was a freshman, and you know, no team next year. So the team in Bradford was reaching out to me, and you know, you can have X amount of age out guys in Canada. So it was my last. I had nowhere else to go because colleges were, I didn't know where I wanted to go, and I was kind of at a standstill. And I went to Bradford, and they had to trade me to another team for a game so that I could get enough games in for playoffs. So I did that, and I ended up getting hurt, and that's what ended my year that year. That was a tough year, and then I went to Williston right after that, and kind of got back on track there, played a full year of hockey. And like I said, we went to the national championship game. And so that was a fun year.
Yeah, so like you were saying, you moved on to play college hockey for your community college at Monroe Community College. You played 9 games, collecting 9 points along the way for a point per game kind of guy. So, like, what was your experience like playing community college hockey in the NJCAA?
So at MCC, it was all right. I wasn't a fan of it really. I really had nowhere else to go, to be honest with you. And just the way they treated us and then told us the program was going to end, I wasn't happy about it. It was kind of, I don't think you should treat guys like that. If you even have a thought that your program's gonna, end, why you bringing 20, 30 guys in to, spend 10 grand a semester to fold. So I was pretty upset with MCC. But Williston in the NJCAA was, night and day better. Gorgeous locker room. They really take care of their players. They had a way better schedule. We played Division III schools. We played all ACHA D1 teams. The only time we played JUCO games were to qualify for nationals and then the national tournament. So I think that year we played eight JUCO games. But you really wanted to go there. Why I wanted to go to Williston was to get my grades up and play good hockey. Like I said, we weren't playing a JUCO schedule. We were playing a ACHA Division I and Division III schedule. So it was a same league, but way different situation. Now Williston State is ACHA. They moved out of the JUCO league, which I'm happy they did, because I didn't see much, many good things coming out of that junior hockey, that JUCO league. But if guys got to get their grades up and whatever, it's a good route.
Yeah, for sure. It's like, what did you have to learn throughout like that year in Williston, just playing like those ACHA D1 teams, D3? Like, what do you have to learn about the game to help yourself move up?
Faster, stronger. I was 20, and you're playing against guys that are 24, 25. They're stronger, they're bigger, and that's you got to get going, get in the gym, get working, because and it's not going to be easy. So that was the biggest thing. And then obviously class, getting your grades, getting your homework done, because the first thing that the colleges ask you, the ACHA, the Division IIIs, were, how are your grades? And to be honest with you, they'll ask a coach, how are his grades and how is he in the locker room? Those are the two biggest questions when you're going to school. So, if you could stay on top of your grades and be a good teammate, you'll have no worries,
Yeah. So like, how important is it to always be there for your teammates and just being a good teammate overall, and even a good person, like outside of the game, and just being able to like have guys like you and just having like leadership, I guess you could say.
Yeah. No, it's important. For me, it's like you do everything with the group of guys you're with. Literally, you're with them more than your family. You got practice, then you go eat, then you go hang out, and it's like, it's your family. And for me, it's like, would I treat my brothers or sisters the way that I'm treating this person? No. So you should treat them just as you would a family member, because, it's going to be a long season, and you're playing a very physical, fast sport, and, tensions rise, and it's always good to have your teammates on your side, and everyone on the same page.
Yeah, exactly. And just that's super important, because it's also another support system, and just being able to you're hanging out with them, like you said, you're around them probably 95% of the time,
Oh
and
yeah.
you want them to like you, and like you're literally doing everything together. So why
Right.
not have
Yeah.
them like you if you're gonna be a good person? Like you got
No,
to be a good
exactly.
person.
Yeah.
Yeah. So like what were some of your favorite college hockey memories during, like, especially like that national championship run you had, and just what was that experience like?
That was awesome. I mean, I hadn't played in a championship game until that game. So it was a great experience. We just fell short. It was cool, going to school and hanging out with other athletes and kind of doing the schooling and the hockey, and it was a good experience. I wish I would have maybe went and played a couple more years of college, but my goal is to make pro, and I made that decision, and I don't regret making the decision. I sometimes sit back and I'm like, I wish I'd have played one more year maybe of college,
Yeah.
maybe, but you know.
Yeah, for sure. So like what was that last game like in the national championship game, and just like all the emotions, like the intensity, everything surrounding the game, because it's a pretty important game if you
Yeah,
ask me.
yeah. I think the biggest thing is the how can you ride the waves, because there will be a 2-minute shift where you're like, there's no way we're losing this game, and then there'll be a 2-minute shift that you're like, oh, we're in trouble. And yeah, everything matters in a game like that. Every hit, every pass, everything matters, and one mess up can cost you a national championship. And yeah, it's really, I think, how you can ride the emotions and stay even killed, and you stay just always stay up even when it's really low, and when it's really high, don't get too high, stay kind of right in the middle. And yeah, but it was a great experience, and kind of you work so hard for something and come up short, it really sucks. But when we played for the championship in Carolina, I knew what it felt like to lose a championship, and I didn't want to feel that again. So I did everything I could on my end to win a championship there, and it worked out.
Yeah, exactly. So like going into your pro career here, so like after your year at Wilson State, you decided to go pro, where you got a shot with the Berlin River Drivers in the Fed. So like what was the process like to find a pro team that wanted you to come play, and to find that place in Berlin, New Hampshire?
Yeah, so I went to some free agent camps in the FPHL and was doing well at them, but just not good enough to be brought into their camp. But I actually thought I was done with hockey, and I was sitting at home on Christmas Eve and got a call from Andre, who was my coach in Carolina. He was a coach in Berlin, and he's like, I got your number from the Pensacola coach. What are you doing? Have you been skating? This and that. And, I told him, yeah, I've been skating, and, what's going on? And he said, well, we play tomorrow night. I need you here. And I think UPS just got here, but we'll let it go. So I, talked to my dad, and I didn't have anything to lose. So packed up my car on Christmas Eve, drove up Christmas Day. We played, we won 5 in a row right out of the gate. And that's kind of where my journey started. And then I bounced around for 3 seasons. I mean, I think I played on 8 teams, but it's a grind. Pro is a grind, because, one mess up and you're cut. I mean, it's a really cutthroat industry, and it's hard. And I many times I wanted to hang up the skates, but I was like, I worked too hard to just throw it all away. So I just kept staying after it, and tried to fix my game, where I would ask the coaches why I'm getting cut, and they'll tell you why. And so I tried to change my game, and did, and finally stayed at a home for 2 years in Carolina, and now in Columbus.
Yeah, for sure. It's like going to those free agent camps. Like I'm in a similar situation, trying to go to like the free agent camps in the in the summer. So like what was your mindset throughout those times? Just trying to play your best, especially since
Yeah,
teams are looking at you.
The biggest thing, the free agent camps is people always think, I need to light this camp up. And it's like, no, you need to play really good defensively and be an all-around good hockey player, finish checks, make tape-to-tape passes. It's all the little stuff in pro that adds up. And the biggest thing when I was going to the free agent camps was I'm just going to work my butt off, and I'm going to finish checks, and I'm going to make tape-to-tape passes because it's extremely important at this level. And that's the biggest thing with the free agent camps is just play your style. Cause maybe they're looking, they're looking for, a shutdown guy or a goal scorer. And if you're a goal scorer, you score goals. If you're a shutdown guy, go shut the other team down, and that's the biggest thing with the camps, just play your hockey.
Yeah, and it definitely worked out for you because you're in the pros right now. It's like, what was that adjustment like going from playing JUCO and playing like the ACHA D1 teams, D3 to playing in the Fed?
It's a big jump. I mean, it really is. It's I think that's why it took me so long to stay on a team, because everybody was a point a game or a good player at their college and or major juniors or so it's really it was a big adjustment for me. And at first I didn't think I could keep up, but then I started realizing that I could push my body further, and then I realized I could keep up. And when I realized that I could play at that level, I stuck with it, and finally got an opportunity and cashed in on it. And it's a week to week thing in pro hockey, and it's really a day to day thing. I mean, someone new could come in tomorrow and you're out of job. So it's it's consistency at pro. You got to be consistent every single night. Can't take a night off, because there's a list of guys that want to come and take your job. And so it's pretty it's tough, but I think it's worth it.
Yeah, for sure. And just like the grind, like you just got to grind it out and just play consistently, like you said, and just do all the little things right. And just like you said, like anyone could come take your job at any point and just kick you off the team, just get cut. So like you just got to keep grinding and keep working for opportunities.
Yep.
So then you go on to play 27 games your first year. It's like, what was it like getting that first pro goal out of the 5 you had on the season?
So my first pro goal, I think it took me 10 games. And I was like, I didn't think it was ever going to come. And finally, I just got a pass from Tyler Prendergast. I played in the SP, and I got a pass from him in the slot, and I went high glove. I'll never forget it. And it just found its way to the back of net. And it was a great feeling, and got the monkey off the back, and it was awesome. It's a good experience and good feeling.
Yeah, that's unreal. It's always good to get that monkey off the back, especially going 10 games without a goal and you thinking it's not going to happen. Just it finally does happen.
Yeah.
Yeah. So then the following season, you play on 3 different teams in the Fed, going from the Berlin River Drivers to the Port Huron Prowlers, and then the Cornwall Nationals. Like you moved around a lot during the season. It's like, what was the adjustment like moving from team to team and having to go into different locker rooms throughout the season?
It was tough. I mean, it was hard, but I wanted to do everything possible to play hockey still. So that's what I did. I kept getting cut and wasn't good enough, and another team would pick me up, and I would go there, and then same thing would happen. And so I needed to contact coaches in the off season and be like, hey, what do I need to do to get better? Because I want to play. And obviously I knew I was good enough to play, because why were these teams keep calling me in to give me a chance, So I knew I just had to adjust my game a little bit. And I finally did that. And it was hard. I mean, I was that off season where I got traded 3 times. And then I went to Carolina that off season. I mean, I was working out probably 6 hours a day, skating, plyometrics, weight room, maybe sometimes skating twice a day. And because I was really that off season, I was like, I'm either going to make a team this year or I'm going to be done with hockey, because at that point in time, I was kind of done running around the country.
Yeah, and it's a lot, but like you got those opportunities to come, and it's all about opportunities and just getting that opportunity and just rolling it with it, like we said earlier, and just like you got to perform because your job is up in the air whenever you're on a team,
Absolutely.
and it could get taken away from you at any point.
Definitely.
So then going into the next year, you spend two years in Carolina for the Thunderbirds. So you would go on to win a championship in the 2018-2019 season. So like going into your first year with Carolina, like what was that year like? And just
So that
were you
was
guys expected to like win a cup in the next few years, or how did
so
it work from there?
that was like Columbus. I went to Winston. They had hockey there in the past and they brought it back. So I was a part of something new. And first year we were about 500, but we had a good team and we had a good coach. And basically the core guys from the first year, myself, Josh Petrantonio, Seth Gustin, Joe Canzalozzi, just kind of the core older guys said, let's come back and let's do something and let's build, bringing guys around the core. And that's what Andre did. He, brought in some young, good players that bought in. And we didn't think we knew we were going to have a good chance to win. But we didn't think we were going to be that good. And we just kept winning and winning and winning. And we didn't take the foot off the gas. We were practicing hard. We were training hard. We were doing everything right. Guys weren't going out. It was a special group. If somebody was doing something, everyone was doing it. We didn't do anything. We did everything as a team. And then once we kind of started running the table, I can't think that's when we realized we were like, okay, like we're going to do it. Like, let's do it. And we did. And it's cool because a lot of teams, can dominate all year and they don't seal the deal. And we went out and we did it. And it was awesome.
Yeah, that's awesome. Like you were saying earlier that you guys went on a huge winning streak where it's like a third of, maybe a little bit more of a third of the season. You guys had like 25 wins, I think you said.
We won 25 straight games.
It's like what was the locker room around there, and just
it was
when you get on the ice, like you're gonna have a good shot to win.
I'm getting chills thinking about it. We just I don't know how to really explain it in words. We were just clicking. We just played as a team. We moved the puck around. We outworked teams. We outshot teams. We were gritty. Just going to the net and slamming stuff home. Kind of a team like blue collared like that. And we just kept winning. And I remember when it hit 15, I was like, is this ever going to end? And we won 10 more after that. And then we started creeping up on the all-time record, which was 28 by Norfolk Admirals. And I was like, that's when it kind of started, the pressure started hitting you. We were just like, we were at 25 and it's like, oh man, we're right there. If we can win this game, we're 3 away. And we just came up short. But what a journey, what a run. It was awesome.
Yeah, that run just seems incredible because anytime you get above a 6-7 game winning streak, like it's an unreal feeling. But 25 straight, like that's absolutely incredible.
It was awesome.
So then you guys go into the playoffs. You guys win throughout the playoffs. You go into the championship series. Like, what was the intensity level at that during the championship series?
It was wild. The first game, it was best of 5. First 2 were at our place. Game 3 and 4 in Elmira, and if necessary, game 5 back in Winston. Game 1, we ran them right over. Game 2, we were down 3-0 with 1:58 left in the second, and we tied the game by the end of the second. The place was going nuts. It was so loud in there. So we tied the game up, and then we actually went to, I believe, double OT, double overtime, and we jammed one home and we won. And then we traveled up there, and obviously, everyone had their championship glasses on going for the sweep. And they punched us in the mouth and beat us, I think, like maybe 6-2. And then the next morning at morning skate, you just felt it. I mean, we were all just like, hey, you got a little bit cocky, got
Yeah.
punched in the mouth. Now let's go do what we can do. And yeah, you just felt it at morning skate, man. We all knew what we wanted to do that night. And we went out and did it. And actually we won that game in overtime. It was a good game. We scored our first shift of overtime, and gloves were flying, helmets were flying, and yeah, it was an incredible feeling.
Yeah, so like what was it when that overtime goal went in? Like the party could start with the championship and
Uh,
just the gloves
dude,
going
yeah,
everywhere. Like
yeah. I
what
mean,
was that like?
it's kind of like you don't really believe it just happened, and you got to look again at the ref pointing his arm saying goal. And yeah, you just see a group of guys that you've absolutely grinded with all season. And to accomplish the ultimate goal was it was the best feeling I've ever had in hockey. You crave it more, you want to win more and more and more. It makes you hate losing more. It was the best feeling ever, man. The best.
Yeah, that's unreal. And this year you guys have a shot at it, especially after this series, you guys are second place right now. So like that makes you want it even more, especially having that like winning it already, and you just wanna win it again.
Oh yeah, absolutely. And yeah, and for guys that haven't won it, they have an opportunity to win it. And there's a handful of guys in our locker room right now that have won one. And we kind of tell these guys like, hey, you get one crack at it here. You may never play in another one again. You mean realistically, you never know. And you might play in one every single year after this. But you have the chance this year, and let's make the best of it and try and bring it back here to Columbus.
Yeah, exactly. That's super awesome, and just motivates the guys even more to actually fight for it and just go for it.
Oh, absolutely.
Yeah. So I have a few more questions for you for we
Okay.
wrap things up. So do you have any tips for hockey players looking to get to the next level?
Yeah, just work hard, stay focused. If that's what you want to do and play hockey and move up, don't let anyone stop you. I mean, put your phone away, get in the gym, get on the ice, focus on what you want to do. If that's what you want to do, your life's got to revolve around it. That's just the way it is nowadays. So if you want it, stay focused. Don't let anyone knock you off track, and keep plugging away.
Yeah, exactly. That's a great tip for everyone there. So my next question is, what's been like your favorite city you've visited so far in your career?
Ooh,
It's a
honestly,
tough one.
either Winston or Columbus. It's
Yeah,
close.
yeah. Those cities are fantastic that I've heard, and
Yeah, they're
just
fun.
you love playing there. I bet.
Oh yeah, yeah, it's awesome.
Yeah. So my final question for you is like, what's your favorite sports drink? Like, if you had to choose like a sports drink that you drink either before,
Gatorade
like,
all day.
oh
I'm a
yeah,
Gatorade guy. Love it.
what flavor?
Riptide Rush.
Oh yeah, no, that's probably one of my favorites as well.
Oh yeah, it's stocked. My girlfriend keeps it stocked in the fridge. I
That's
love it. But
awesome.
I'm Gatorade all day.
Oh yeah, that's fantastic. So this has been so much fun. So thank you so much for coming on the show. I really appreciate your time and want to wish you the best of luck going forward with the season. And I look forward to following your career the rest of the way.
Thanks so much, man. We'll talk again soon. I appreciate you having me.
Oh yeah, go Dragons.
Go Dragons. Take care.
Yeah, you too.